Yes. Uh, is my Word file visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kindly refer to this Word file and you'll see I have given one question. Yeah. This is the question that I have given to you. Kindly read this question and then you will understand it better. A recording company produces CDs, compact disc. Fixed cost for a particular CD is coming out to be $24,000. Now, this is the fixed cost. One time cost is 24,000, and you know that fixed cost has different component. Like in CD manufacturing, this is this is what we have: recording, album design, promotion, etc., etc., etc. This is not our point of interest right now. हमारा point of interest है fixed cost is $24,000. Interestingly, variable cost is $6.20 per unit, or that is per CD. So variable cost is 6.20 per unit. That is, for one CD, the variable cost is 6.20. And you know that variable cost includes the cost of labor, the cost of distribution, and some other extra cost like royalty cost in this case. So we have cost, which is the component, which is the sum of two types of components. Fixed cost 24,000 plus variable cost 6.20. Very simple. The CD is sold out in the market at the price of $8.70 per CD. So per unit price, that is the CD which is available in the market in the shop, is at the price of $8.70. That is, if you want to purchase this CD from the market, you have to pay $8.70 for each CD. तो अगर मैं एक सीडी ले रहा हूं तो 8.70, अगर मैं दो ले रहा हूं तो 8.70 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2. If I am taking 3 CDs, 8.70. So correspondingly, we have to multiply it with per unit price. So I hope you understand the difference, the cost and the price. The cost is fixed cost and the variable cost, and the price is 8.70. Now the company is the manager, the in charge of this manufacturing unit, is interested to know the break-even point of this CD manufacturing. Suppose you are working as a manager who is manufacturing the CDs. Your intention is that your interest is rather that you want to calculate the break-even point. That is the number of CDs at which there is no profit and no loss. वो number of CDs क्या होगा? So this is the question. I am taking a very simple question from the point of view, because keeping in view that there are several non-mathematical background students who for the first time they are looking into this type of question. So it's a very simple question. So सब लोगों के लिए एक ये simple सा question है. What we need to calculate? Break even. The point of interest is break even point. Let me first of all go back to the basic concept of break even. क्या था break even? Break even is a point where there is no profit, no loss. So first of all, write down profit equal to revenue minus cost. This equation we have to understand. This is what we have: profit equal to revenue minus cost. Okay? Now, according to the definition of break even, what happened according to the definition? Profit is equal to 0. That is R minus C is what? This is equal to 0. Now, if R minus C equal to 0, that is profit equal to 0, this profit will become 0. This is R minus C. So I will take C here. Ultimately, this will lead to what? It will lead to R equal to C. That is the point of discussion is this revenue equal to cost. So what happened that in case of break-even point, we have revenue equal to cost. Revenue equal to cost. So this is the important equation of break-even point, that the revenue equal to cost, because profit equal to 0 or loss equal to 0, that is what we have. So revenue equal to cost. Based on this revenue equal to cost, we have to solve this question and we have to find out our answer. How many CDs the factory or the manufacturing house manufacture in order to get its break even. So what we are looking for, how many series? So how many series? This is what we are looking for. How many series? How many? We are looking for this. Now something which is unknown to in the question, जो हमें निकालना होता है, जो हमें calculate करना होता है, something which is unknown, we always try to represent with x. So this is what actually the x. So ultimately, what we have to find it out, the quantity of CD, the number of CD, which is mathematically presented with x. Now, in order to find out this x value, इस x value को निकालने के लिए, we have to find out this x value. In order to find out this x value, we have to first of all form the revenue function and the cost function. So I have to form the revenue function. So I would complete this revenue function, and vis-a-vis to what? Cost function. And then we have to do this. So we have to find out this revenue function and cost function. The information for the formation of revenue and the cost function is given in the question itself. Let us take first of all the cost function. Cost function is this. This is the cost function, and we have to calculate this cost function. हमें ये cost function निकालना है. So we have to calculate this cost function. This cost function. This cost function is nothing but it is the combination of two type of component: fixed cost plus variable cost. As you know, as per the concept, we have fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost is already given in the question. Fixed cost is already given in the question. What is the fixed cost which is given in the question? How much is the fixed cost?
$24,000.
$24,000. Yeah, $24,000 plus the variable cost. 1 unit variable cost is given in the question, which is 8.70. 1 unit of variable cost is given
So
as
variable cost 6.2, sir. That is sale cost, sir.
Okay, just hold. Is it right or wrong? I am saying that variable cost per unit CD is 8.70.
Sir,
Am
wrong.
I correct in my saying, or is it
No,
something
sir.
else?
Sir, wrong.
Sir, it's 6.20.
Wrong. Yes. I intentionally call it as 8.70 just to check how many of you are able to understand. The variable cost is not 8.70. The variable cost is 6.20. ये मैंने जानबूझ के आपको एक गलत डेटा दिया था ताकि to get the point that are you able to understand it? So 6.20 is the variable cost. 8.70 is not the cost, it is the price. So variable cost is 8.70 for 1 unit. We are looking for how many units? We are looking for X unit. So we have to multiply it with X. So finally, we have this, the equation is there in front of you. We have this equation, 24,000, right? 6.20. This is the cost function that we have. This is the cost function that we have, right? This is the cost function, 24,000 plus 6.20. So I will keep this as it is. This is cost function. Now let us take up the revenue function. Revenue function. I will take up this revenue function and he will do it here. Revenue function. As per the definition, revenue is nothing but per unit price multiplied with the quantity, that is X. Per unit price and the quantity. Now let's find it out. That per unit price and the quantity, how much this is? Per unit price and the quantity, per unit 8.70, right? 8.70, right? Multiplied with X. So this will become the revenue function. We have capital R in bracket small x and that E. So now we have the cost function. This is the cost function, 24,000. This is the cost function, right? This is the cost function, and this is the revenue function. We will try to equate these two, and once we equate these two, this will be like this one, which I have already given it to you. Just see here the calculation. If you put this revenue equal to 8.70, cost is 24,000%, you equate these two, cost equal to revenue. हमने इन दोनों को equate क्यों किया है? क्योंकि according to the definition of break even, it is the point where profit or loss equal to 0, and that is why cost equal to revenue. If you equate these two equations, अगर आप इन दोनों इक्वेशन को इक्वेट करेंगे, what would happen? आप देखेंगे if you equate this from this, yes, what is the value of x that we are getting?
It's 9600.
100.
9600. All of you please cross check. Are you getting the same answer? X is equal to 9600?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is the numerical value, x is equal to 9600. What does this mean? This means that 9600 CDs the company can manufacture where they will get no profit and no loss. Now, if they increase from 9600, that is 9601 onwards, then the possibility is that they will start accruing the profit. And if they manufacture less than 9600, the chances are that they will incur loss. So somehow, with the current situation of cost and per unit price, they have to maintain the level of production to 9600 and they have to increase it from this level. So minimum level in order to sustain is 9600 and they have to manufacture above to this 9600 to become more profitable. To become rather profitable. If you manufacture less than this, then the chances are that you will incur a loss. ये जो decision making point है, ये बड़ा important point है according to the condition which is mentioned in front of you. This is the use of, with this example, I just wanted to emphasize that this is the use of function in in solving the problems of business organizations. Any doubt, any question from your side?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the simplest example that I would like to give it to you. That is regarding to the break-even analysis. Now with this, I would like to go ahead with the point of interest for all of us, and that is the calculus. आपको याद होगा जब मैंने ये डिस्कशन शुरू किया था तो बताया था कि पूरा जो फोकस है हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है इज टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड द कैलकुलस which is primarily of two types, differential calculus and integral calculus. Let me start and welcome you all in the world of calculus. ये एक ऐसी दुनिया है calculus की जो इतनी useful है कि आप you cannot imagine, आप सोच नहीं सकते, आप समझ नहीं सकते कि कितना wide application calculus का है. And the entire credit goes to Sir Isaac Newton for giving us such a beautiful world of calculus, and with the help of which we are able to find out the answers of our day-to-day queries, day-to-day life. A lot of our problems and issues are handled with the help of calculus. I'm saying that this is differential and integral calculus, and I would like to start first of all with the differential calculus, which in simple language is known as differentiation. So the process of calculating or conducting differential calculus is known as differentiation, and the result of it is known as derivative. तो जैसा कि मैंने आपको शुरुआत में बताया था कि every subject has its own language and it has its own terminology, has its own style of writing. जैसे भी आपने function में देखा, it has its own style of writing, right? It has its own terminology. Same is true with calculus also. Now, when you are entering into the world of calculus, you have to understand its language. And the first word that you come across is differentiation, which I just briefed you. It is a process of calculating, or conducting the process of differential calculus. And the result of differentiation is known as derivative. आप ये दो वर्ड बहुत कॉमन पाएंगे, differentiation and derivative. So differentiation is a process and derivative is the result of that process. What is this differentiation? Let me find it out with this. What is this differentiation which Newton has come out with its own definition? Yes. So what is this differentiation? Can anybody out of you just give me a very simple and layman definition of differentiation? What do you understand by differentiation? क्या है differentiation? जो न्यूटन ने सजेस्ट किया, क्या चीज है?
Sir, rate of change of one with respect to another variable.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली. ये बहुत ही टेक्निकल टर्म, टेक्निकल डेफिनेशन थी जो आपने बताया, बिल्कुल ठीक है, 100% करेक्ट. न्यूटन सजेस्टेड अ प्रोसेस of knowing the change in one variable with respect to another. जैसे मैं एक कैलकुलेशन ये करना चाहता हूं कि जैसे जैसे आप क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक की क्लास अटेंड कर रहे हैं, वैसे वैसे आपका लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. दैट इज व्हाट इज योर लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस. सो लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस, ये जो दो वेरिएबल है, लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग vis-a-vis to the number of classes, क्या ऐसा हो रहा है? What is the rate of change? Is it positive or negative? क्या ये ऐसा है कि जैसे जैसे आप नंबर ऑफ क्लासेस अटेंड कर रहे हैं आपके लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ रहा है, और इट इज द अदर वे अराउंड, जैसे जैसे आप क्लासेस अटेंड कर रहे हैं तो लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग कम हो रहा है? दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉमन फिनोमेना वेयर वी आर लुकिंग फॉर द चेंज इन वन वेरिएबल विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अनदर इज डिफरेंशिएशन. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस चेंज इन वन वेरिएबल? लेट मी टेक two variables as x and y, जैसा हम हर बार लेते हैं x and y. So overall understanding is y and number of classes is x. I want to know what is the change in y with respect to x. So change in y with respect to x is the process of differentiation. Now the style of writing it is like what? Change in y means y2 minus y1, and with respect to that is x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 slash or divided by x2 minus x1, change in y with respect to change in x. This process of estimation is known as differentiation, and that is what we have. अब इसको जो लिखने का वे होता है y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 को लिखा जाता है dy by dx. That is simply we write it down. So I will just open up this file once again. Is my word sheet is clear? Is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So what I mean to say is what I just discussed with you is I'm saying I have one variable y and I have another variable x. There is a change in x. There is change in one variable, that is variable y. So it is changing from y2, right? That is, it is changing from y1 to y2. इसमें कुछ चेंज आ रहा है, जैसे आपके लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग में जो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग फर्स्ट क्लास में थी और जो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग आज है, डेफिनेटली देयर इज अ चेंज. दैट इज आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर वेदर इट इज इन द पॉजिटिव वे और इन द नेगेटिव वे. क्या कहूं मैं? अंडरस्टैंडिंग कुछ बड़ी है या कम हुई है? और क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक की व्हाट डू आई से?
बड़ी है सर.
बड़ी है ना. मेरा तो यही वो है कि कुछ ना कुछ तो आप गेन कर ही रहे होंगे इससे. सिमिलरली x, so for example x1 and the change is from x1 to x2. So we have variable y which is changing from y1 to y2 and x1 to x2. Now if I want to change the difference between the two, अगर मैं इसका difference निकालना चाहता हूँ, if I want to take the difference will be equal to y2 minus y1. Similarly, if I want to take the difference of this will become x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 upon x1, x2 minus x1. What is differentiation? Differentiation is knowing the change in one variable, that is y1, y with respect to x. हमेशा याद रखिए कि चेंज कभी भी देखा जाएगा तो वो किसी के रिस्पेक्ट में देखा जाएगा, अकेले नहीं. इट इज कैन नॉट बी टेकन इंडिपेंडेंटली कि मैं सिर्फ ये देखूं कि y कितना चेंज हुआ. अगर मैं आपसे ये कहूं कि आपके dy. The only change in this, that difference of y2 minus, I would note it down like this one. And x2, similarly, what should I write? I would write dx. And the way of writing it down is like this one. If I move ahead and I would write this method, I would write it down dy oblique dx. So this dy by dx is nothing, but this is the differentiation. This is the way of writing it down, and everybody understand this is nothing but this is the differentiation. Differentiation of what? Differentiation of y with respect to x. ये जो होता है बट dy by dx होता है, इतना है बस डिफरेंशिएशन जो मैंने आपको बताया है. इसके पीछे जो क्या स्टोरी है वो हमारे लिए ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि एक्चुअली ये हमें देता क्या है. सो dy by dx is nothing but it is the differentiation of y with respect to x. What is this differentiation? Change in y with respect to x. अब एक बात आप क्लियर कर लीजिए, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा y ही होगा. अगर मैं इसको z कर देता हूं और इसको मैं t कर देता हूं, if I change it the notation, इसको t कर देता हूं, so this will become simply dz and this will become simply dt. And here I would write differentiation of, yes please complete the sentence, differentiation of z with respect to
T.
with respect to t. Yeah. So what I want to say is कि notation कुछ भी हो सकता है. It would be z, it would be q, it would be p. It doesn't make any difference, right? इसी तरह से denominator जिसके respect में हम निकाल रहे हैं, it could be anything. It could be t, it could be x, it could be n. What we want to make you understand is that always remember that the numerator is the change of the first variable, that is y, and that is this variable, and with respect to you are calculating the change always comes in the denominator. जिसका चेंज आप निकाल रहे हैं वो न्यूमरेटर में रहेगा और जिसके रिस्पेक्ट पे आप निकाल रहे हैं वो डिनोमिनेटर में रहेगा. अब लेट अस टेक अ प्रैक्टिकल सिचुएशन. अभी हमने आपको बताया प्रॉफिट फंक्शन. सो सपोज आई हैव दिस प्रॉफिट p, right? I have this profit p, right? From this notation of p, I want to take this p. I want to take the differentiation of p, that is change in p with respect to x. I would note it down dp, right, with respect to dx. If this is revenue, and I would say this is revenue.
Sir, you are not audible.
And I want to calculate it with respect to quantum in summary, that what is your understanding about this differentiation. It will give you the meaning. Number one, that it will tell you about the change in one variable with respect to another variable. So this is the first understanding that we all have to make it out here from here, right? When will you have the second class? When will you have the second class? When will you have? No, I mean, do you have the second? I mean, after my class get over, do you have another class here?
Sir, our break time will start.
अब ब्रेक टाइम तो हो जाएगा स्टार्ट, डोंट वरी. ब्रेक टाइम की फिक्र ना करिए, ब्रेक टाइम स्टार्ट हो जाएगा.
नहीं है सर.
अच्छा ठीक है, तो मैं बस 5 मिनट और लेना चाहता हूँ. विल यू प्लीज अलाउ मी टू गो अहेड विद दिस?
श्योर सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so students, with this differentiation, the first meaning that we get out of it is that this one, the first meaning is change in y with respect to x. Number two, that's a very important thing. As I already briefed you, that in mathematical expression, especially algebraic expression, the best way to understand and explain something is with the help of the graph. So graph is very, very important. Graphical representation is very, very important, right? dy by dx or differentiation in the form of graphical representation depicts a very important phenomena. जब हम differentiation को graphically देखते हैं तो वो हमें एक बहुत ही useful result देता है. And what is that useful result? Basically, differentiation of one variable with respect to another variable will help us in calculating this important thing, slope of the tangent. अब ये जो मैंने लिखा है ये एक टेक्निकल चीज आपके लिए, I don't know how many of you are well versed with this, slope of the tangent. So there are two keywords in this. Number one is the slope. This number one is this slope. Right? This is the important word, slope. Okay? And number two is this line, tangent. So I hope that maximum students here present, they are aware of this word, tangent. तो सबसे पहले तो आप slope की बात करते हैं. How many of you understand the word slope? What does slope stands for?
So the angle made by the graph with the x-axis.
Right, absolutely right. Slope is the angle made by the line, not by the graph, it is the line. So angle made by the line with the x-axis is the slope. And you know that angle is measured in terms of degree, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 75 degrees. That is very important for us. So in many calculations, we want to know the degree or the angle made by the line. Now which line? Now that line is specified here. अब आप कहेंगे line तो बहुत सारी होती हैं. Which line is this? The line here is the line which is, we call it as tangent. You can recall your lessons of class 6th and 7th NCERT book. Tangent is a line which touches a particular graph at a single point. वो line जो graph को single point पे touch करती है, that is tangent. अगर एक line दो या दो से ज्यादा दो पे करती है तो we call it as chord, right? I'm sorry, yes, chord. So similarly, we have the definition of tangent, that the line which touches the graph at a single point is tangent. dy by dx or dr by dq or derivative or differentiation is actually another important thing that it will help us to estimate the slope of the tangent. And this understanding of the slope of the tangent on a graph is a very important understanding from the point of view of making decisions. आप देखेंगे कि मैनेजमेंट में और मैनेजर को एट टाइम ये चाहिए होता है, we want the slope of the tangent. क्या स्लोप है? 45 डिग्री है या 90 डिग्री है या 60 डिग्री है? And that will help us to understand. So differentiation is the change in one variable with respect to another, and it will also give us the meaning that the slope of the tangent. These are the two important things that we have to find it out. Our next discussion would be on how to calculate derivative. How to calculate derivatives. How to calculate derivatives. So another very important discussion that I would like to take up in my next class is calculation of derivative, that is how to conduct differentiation. That I will take up in the next class, because you are saying that you have a break time and number of other things. So shall I conclude my session for today? You have any query? You have any question?
Sir, will we also be studying complex differential equation?
No. It's not. It's not our cup of tea right now. It's beyond the scope. Again, मैं repeat कर रहा हूँ कि the only purpose of me is to make you understand with the concept of differentiation and its application in business management. Actual life में होगा क्या कि जब आप when you joined as a manager in the organization, you need not to calculate the differentiation. आपको calculate नहीं करना. Today we have a sophisticated softwares and algorithm that will give you the answer. The only thing that you have to understand is the interpretation part. System will give you the answer. जैसे अभी आया, हमने ऊपर break even निकाला था तो answer आ गया break even का x is equal to 9,600. That is there. But what is the meaning that you get out of it? 9,600. That you have to do it. Same is true here also. हम differentiation को आपको इसलिए बता रहे हैं ताकि आप इस टेक्निक का यूज बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट की प्रॉब्लम्स में समझ सके. ठीक है, ताकि जब आपके सामने आपका असिस्टेंट, आपका सबऑर्डिनेट आपके सामने डिफरेंशिएशन का रिजल्ट रखे तो ये आपके लिए ऐसा ना हो जाए कि इट इज नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी। आप उसे कहेंगे भैया मैं तो मैथमेटिकल बैकग्राउंड का नहीं हूं, मुझे नहीं मालूम डिफरेंशिएशन क्या होता है। तो नो, इट इज नॉट लाइक, यू शुड नो व्हाट इज डिफरेंशिएशन, बट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लेंथी कैलकुलेशंस आर नॉट इंक्लूडेड एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। वो जब कभी टाइम टू टाइम आपके सामने आएगा तो आप उसको हैंडल करेंगे। जैसे इकोनॉमिक्स में जब आप आगे जाएंगे, मैनेजरियल इकोनॉमिक्स में जो वलीद सर आपको पढ़ा रहे हैं या तारिक सर आपको पढ़ा रहे हैं, सो उसमें जब आप आगे जाएंगे तो बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट्स ऐसे हैं जो डिफरेंशिएशन से सॉल्व किए जाएंगे। मार्जिनल कॉस्ट का, जैसे मार्जिनल कॉस्ट का कंसेप्ट है, मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू का कंसेप्ट है, ये सारे कंसेप्ट्स दे आर कैलकुलेटेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिफरेंशिएशन, और ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी होगा। वहां पे आपको ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना कि डिफरेंशिएशन स्लोप बताता है टेंजेंट का, और स्लोप क्या होता है। It would be very helpful when you understand the economics and financial parameters and number of other things. So you should not be blank at that stage when you are learning it in context to other subjects. That is the sole purpose of quantitative techniques, right? I don't know how far I'm successful in making you understand, but I'm trying my level best to simplify to the level as what it could be. Okay? Okay, so I will conclude my session for today, but please don't miss the coming session because I am going to tell you how to calculate differentiation with some small and simple examples, and then we will take up the integral calculus. Fine? And students, as and when I inform you about some extra class, please do join, right? In case if I plan any class someday, I'm not saying Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm not saying that in future if I plan any extra class, my request to you is that please don't see the timing, just join, and don't overburden or feel stressed with the class कि ये कोई बहुत ही difficult class है। ये class नहीं, it's an interaction। मैं यहाँ as a teacher act नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ as an instructor act कर रहा हूँ, and my job here is to simplify and make you ask the question। तो आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन, छोटे से छोटा क्वेश्चन आप यहाँ पे पूछ सकते हैं, क्लैरिफाई कर सकते हैं। फिर मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म है आपके लिए, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है अपने क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक्स के को ब्रश अप करने का, और ये लास्ट है बस आपके, क्योंकि पीजी लेवल पर ये लास्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी है जहां आप क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक्स को पढ़ रहे हैं। तो टेक दिस एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, नॉट एज अ बर्डन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ क्लास इन अ टाइम टेबल। ठीक है, तो विद दिस आई विल एंड अप माय सेशन। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.